Hey, morning, Ken here. In this video, I will talk a bit about fonts and brand archetype and making sure your website has personality. And bed heads and hoodies are required uh, in my office, in my Zoom office, at a cafe getting started for the day. And I'm in the middle of working on a project for a client. Nick, he's a career coach and he wants to help people get in touch with their adventurous side. They've been working years and they've lost their sense of adventure and excitement about life that they first had when they started their careers. So we want people to feel trustworthy of the coach, but also where possibility is. So um, let me just share with you some of my thoughts, things that I think of when I'm working on a client site, and you just want to get that feeling just right. Reflects the coach authentically. It's engaging, it's a real site, but still professional. And I'm in the heat of one, so I think this is a good point for me to jump in and share something you can take away. Get a pen and paper and take some notes. Okay, get rid of that. And so, where to begin? Let me just go to his site. And I'm in the middle of editing stuff here in WordPress using the Kadence theme, which I really like. Let me just go to the front and show you what I'm looking at. So, at the moment, what I typically do is I put a bunch of stuff up that we've got. We had a few talks, and we get a photo, we get some colors, we get how we want people to feel, we get some wording, and I get some things from the client where things that they love and they like, and it doesn't always come out perfect right away, but you've got to kind of explore and develop and try things out and then tweak it with good principles and practices. So for Nick, we have his photo. That photo is a big piece of the visual design. This is the hero photo, the initial photo that you see at the top of his homepage. And in it, he's out in nature. The best thing about it is that he had a good smile and he looks the part. He looks friendly. He looks um, approachable. Uh, One thing we are talking about is, should we go with the t-shirt relaxed feel, or should we touch in on a more uppity, not uppity, but more business casual elements to show the seriousness of what is at stake here? Changing your career, jumping ship, and changing jobs, and kind of reworking your life when you're midway through a career is, I don't think it's as casual as it may feel with a t-shirt, though. Um, you can get away with whatever you get away with when it comes to your outfit and the words you use. Ultimately, clients, they want to see you as the person who can really help them. So you can get that across, whoever your target audience is, what they're drawn to. So these are all these a lot of considerations, and the way to do this is just to pull in the best of what you've got. So his brand archetype, there are 12 brand archetypes which you can choose from. That's a good way of aligning or moving into the personality you want to communicate. The thing is with websites, the real problem or challenge with websites is that you get a lot of confusion and chaos when you try to be everything to everyone, and and your language isn't coherent and not authentic to you, and um, you end up all over the place. Usually the problem with websites is you make a mess. The goal, or a good move I should say, is keep it simple, clear, easy to understand, engaging. And if you choose a brand archetype, it can help guide how you want people to feel at your website. I'll just quickly pull up a recent design. Here's another website for a functional fitness and health wellness kind of coach. Her name is Lisa. And the brand archetype, if you search on brand archetypes, you can find the common 12 of them. Carl Jung was one of the people who maybe even the originator of the phrase. But he's a big name. So if you can search on brand archetypes, Carl Jung, that'll give you. There's lots of sites out there that talk about this stuff. So I don't need to teach it. You can go search and look it up. Here, the big part of her brand is like the friendly girl next door, or also called the everyman or the boy next door. It's just the friendly person. Everyone's welcome. Let's do this together. That kind of feel. Dog next door or the dog is just super friendly, right? So, while I don't typically like having people talk about their dogs, it does bring out the feeling. And so we have phrases like "let's talk" or "work together." Okay, and so I look at her face, and it's just as someone you immediately just wow. It'll be great working with her. It'll be easy, and not that she won't challenge you, but she'll be someone you can probably get along with really well. Um, so if we go back to Nick's site again, the purpose of this video is to talk about colors and fonts and the visual feeling you want at your site. And particularly right now, I'm working on so the colors we're going to take straight from his picture. They are nature colors. And so in Photoshop, let me hop over here. I've selected some colors from the image. So that's a good move to make sure that your whole site, the colors and images will match up, like the logo font colors, similar to a shirt. This call to action button is similar as well, maybe a little lighter to stand out, to look something a little bit more active. Usually a call to action is like a highlight, stands out. Um, and then right now, what I'm trying to sort out is the font. So we want a font. Um, and here I have this one. It looks kind of like the bit of like the sticks in the background. It's a more friendly, casual. To me, it does feel a little bit harsh and a little bit tough to read, just because the thickness and the when you get stylish fonts, the more words that you put in it, the harder it is to read. So that gets tricky. If you can use a very stylistic, unusual font, fewer words are better. So, like in a headline, you don't want to use too much, especially the body content. You do not want to use a lot of stylistic fonts or all bold or too many font styles. It makes it harder to read. But when you have a short blurb, a one-liner or something like that, then you can use more stylistic fonts, but also keep it readable. Okay, so right now I'm not feeling this font's feeling a little bit too hard. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it's something we're going to talk about. And so right now I'm just preparing for our call. Um, the tip is that if you want to try and figure out if one font is better than the other and you're struggling, you don't know, a good move is to run it by five or so people, and you'll quickly find out the wisdom of the masses, so to speak, where you might be off, or get feedback from a Facebook group or trusted group that you're in. So let me go back to what I what I love to do at Google Fonts. I use Google Fonts often because there's so many, so much variety. You're good to go. You can find what you need here, and it's free, free for various uses, business uses, and it's permeating the web. Like if you have a WordPress theme, it'll likely already have Google Fonts available for you to start using. So this is speeds up design. There's so much stuff here. So what I like to do in Google Fonts is go to Google Fonts, search for it, find it, and then you can put in some custom text. So I put in here, calmly explore with a trusted friend. And when I put the words in there and I start looking through the fonts, in this case, I unchecked the classic simple fonts and just put display and handwriting. Handwriting is font because it's friendly, it's personable, and as a coach, you want to make that connection. So generally, handwriting font is a good thing to consider. Display fonts a bit more stylistic, but they're a little bit more extravagant than regular fonts. And when it comes to websites, I do like using something with a little emphasis, with a little personality or pizzazz, something a little bit dramatic, depending on what the brand and the feeling we want people to have. So, given Nick's clients, his style, and how he wants people to feel, I put um, a phrase: "calmly explore with a trusted friend," and that's So once you put those words in there and you start to look at the fonts, you can see if it feels like it holds together. Like this feels pretty good. But this one, calmly spoiled trusted friend, Wild West looking font. Yeah, not really. Here it could be okay, maybe a bit thick. This font, this is all right. Commonly explore this big thick one here, a little bit strange. This one's okay because there's a little bit of fun with the M, and the I is not really. Yeah, this is okay too. This one here, commonly explore with a trusted friend, Amatic SC. This one looks like when you take a stick and you write in the sand with tall letters, or you carve into a tree because you have to push really hard. I think that's more of a nature font, which could work for this. But as I was going through this, there was one down here that's like, wow, that feels right. Let me find it. By the way, I'm in the cafe, and it's my office because I'm mobile, and it's fun to hit up the cafes and be the weirdo. Not too weird these days, but the one on a headset talking to his laptop and looking around as the kids wonder what the hell you're doing. Uh, it is getting a little noisy in here. Hoping this headset does the trick. The greeny beanie, look at that. That looks pretty good. There was another one that I really liked. Where did it go? And you may have feelings about some of these too as I go. This one looked. Where is it? Um, and again, this is a lot of this is personal. Like this comic new. This is pretty good. It might be too simple, but it looks easy. Um, and I will touch base with Nick and see his reactions, and then we'll just make a good choice. And with a lot of this, your design, business, marketing, everything you do, you just make best choices of what you have, give it a go, and see how it comes out. This is pretty cool. High melody. Might be a little too girly with the circle over the eye. A little too casual. We still want the importance of your career change to come through, the message to come through the client. Um, let's go back to the site. What is it? Let's find the next exciting destination for your career. Um, so yeah, you make the most of the inputs. School bell. You can see it's like a kids with handwriting that's not so well developed. Now, before I did this video, there was the right one that I was really excited about, which kind of made me do this video. And I am not seeing it exactly. So, but I just for the sake of showing you what's going on, I will pick one. It feels pretty good and pop it in there. There's a lot of good ones here, and let me pick this one. Mm, just give me a moment. I remember seeing it. Okay, let's say we went pure friendly, high melody. Let's do that. I'm gonna pop over Nick's site. Right at the moment, I have this other font. It shadows into the light, which is pretty cool. And I will go here, and now I'm inside WordPress, and there's lots of settings, etc. And I'm not going into that now, but here's that heading. I have an advanced heading block here. Let me just quickly go to the font, high melody, uh, and change it high melody. There it is. Cool font says. I kind of gotta. Didn't show it exactly right. I think just need a moment to. Just need a moment to settle. Where is it? Okay, now we'll reload the page and have a look. There it is. So you can see now that the vibe is a little different. That does feel a little bit circles over the eyes. I'm not so sure. He might love it, but I think it's definitely better than the Wild West font, right? Let me go get another one. Let's go with blue. Blue. Let's try that. I don't know why it's not showing properly here on the left. I may need to. Do that. That's kind of nice too. Blue too. Okay, that's something. Let's try again. That one. And down here, this one. Where's that one? Is that one? Let's go back. Fonts. Here's the one. Averia. You can see how each of these is a little bit different. Averia. It's not showing right. I think I need to restart Chrome. Chrome's a bit of a space hog or data hog. And let's just reload this. You can see things are changing a little bit different. That's not bad. It does feel good. Very readable. The font size on my desktop viewing is a bit big. Let's drop that down. Later on, I tweak up, making sure it looks good on mobile and um, pads. Font size 70. Update this and reload the page. Premiere and life. Some reason down to more. Oh, I think it's update review. Yeah, there we go. It's a bit neater. 3 lines. No dangling word or orphaned word. I think they call it. Or no extra words on the next line. Okay, so here you are. Um, Again, I'm messing with the logo font and the logo design. For now, it's just getting pieces on the table so you can see how it's coming out. Oops. Okay, so that's a bit cleaner, a bit better. So far, it's pretty clean and good, easy to read, well positioned. And that's how you start working on and finding fonts to match your brand. And I touched on a bit about colors, etc. Remember, bedhead, hoodies, and coffee. That is the attire for my office when you meet me. I hope you found this helpful. I'll put some links down below to stuff that might be useful. And if you like this, hit like. If you have something you want to comment on, I'd love to hear it. I like hearing what people think. If you have questions, chuck it in there as well. Until next time.